Hey, I've been sitting up in front, so I didn't see half of you come in today. That's kind of weird. Did Estee make it? Is Stevie here?
No.
One of these days, we're actually gonna get the act together and be able to do the piece that I plan to do every time I feature here with Stevie. He never ever makes this. I wouldn't start with because I know that you like to do the introduction thing. I was just
the introduction already.
I wasn't.
I thought it was already, and they told me it was already done. He was already started, and they've started the video.
Needs no introduction. We are all Buddhists. I just said I started videotaping.
I'm not a Buddhist at all. I'm a preacher of the Universal Matrix Church. I'm performing a wedding on Friday.
Universal Matrix Church. I married somebody in Seattle. A friend of mine.
My last one was on for dance.
This is awesome. Us Universal Life Church ministers are talking about the people that we married. We didn't know how much we had in common.
So I should start.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I don't think they want to hear about who we've married. But this man, Universal Life Church, now shushies with you people.
Hey, you want me to read the poetry? Then you're gonna have to listen to it, folks.
I've been waiting. We just want to look at you.
So,
Breathe the fucking hard.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm always thrilled, especially this year, when so few times do I get to actually see this man, even at his own open mic. So this is a genuine treat, so please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Buddha 309.
Sometimes I wish I had a disciplined mind, talented fingers, a touch that makes beauty from nothing. I am too restless, too angry, in possession of a scattered logic process in the world where imagination kisses science. I am an idiot screaming in the wind, a student wanting to be the master of an incomprehensible language. My ears are broken, but my soul is constantly dancing. I got stuff. There's lots of stuff to read.
One at random.
Hey, doing this because somebody mentioned the Webster's Unabridged Dictionary, and it's not my favorite book in the world. When I was a kid, we had this huge Webster's Unabridged Dictionary, and it had a color photo section in the middle, and I was like, maybe 5 years old, and my sister then would have been like 12. And the coolest thing in the picture section of the Webster's Unabridged Dictionary was that it had all of these aquatic birds. And right on the page, the thing that made us laugh the most, if you can find Webster's Unabridged Dictionary funny, was the blue-footed booby. The blue-footed booby, I didn't know at the time, but it's like the coolest thing ever. So this would be about the blue-footed booby. Observe the noble human, seen here in his natural habitat, seated on the comfy couch, eating fried sliced potatoes and watching television, a testament to spurious creationism, comfortable in his superiority and underwear. The human has long outgrown ancient rituals of the dances of fire and rain. It has become an affront to his sensibilities. Although he will watch his gods, he calls them celebrities, dance on the television, but as a mantra, tough guys don't dance, and it's all survival of the fittest. Observe the blue-footed booby, seen here dancing with abandon, shifting its weight from foot to foot, rocking out on the lava rocks of the Galapagos Islands. They are the dream soldiers of Darwin's army, flying, diving, hitting the shore long enough to dance, take a lover, make more blue-footed dancing fools, and the boobies don't care. This is a ritual, survival. It's only natural. Observe the noble human, watching his flashing pictures, drooling in his genetic end. Have we learned nothing from Kevin Bacon? John Good likes this one. Do you remember that rain-filled evening, a particularly romantic air as we held hands and that man in a tattered gray flannel suit fell in a puddle before he could expound his theories on the end of the world? We laughed a little, redirecting our particular brand of self-absorption. Wouldn't it be ironic if, with all our failings and as an affront to our overwhelming atheism, that this was the moment that earned us a place in the ranks of hell? Janet made some requests, so I'm going to do one of those right now. This is the full version. She printed an excerpt of this. This is the not enough coffee, still up all night, lack of direction, paranoid ADD blues. Yeah. So let me get the move going here. Somebody told me that my dog was hit by a BMW. I knew that. My parents had the dog stuffed when my parents had it stuffed when I was 8 years old. Not the dog, the car. I got the blues. Oh yeah. Now you see, I always wanted a trophy, and I finally got one for bowling. I didn't earn it. I bought it at a garage sale from the wife of some guy who had a heart attack on lane 13. Tragic, I tell her, but at least he picked up the spare. I got the vulture circling blues. Oh yeah. They tell me there's nothing in the dark that's not there in the light. But these people never had imaginary friends with nocturnal homicidal tendencies. Just me and me and me and the blues. Yeah. Maybe it's just me. It's possible the shadows aren't trying to kill me. I'll have to bring it up to my other personalities next time we're all in group therapy. Hey, we all got the blues. Does anybody have a cigarette? I've been trying to quit, but my interior decorator tells me that black lung is fashionable this year. I am a trendsetter. I got the black and lung blues, baby. Why is it that what passes for wit on the streets these days are phrases like, oh yeah, fuck you, or something derogatory about my mother? Is that all we've learned from Welcome Back, Kotter? It's the Webster's Unabridged Blues, ladies and gentlemen. Now, people say I got no cause, that I should be a catalyst for change, and I want to tell you folks, there are days when you're lucky that my socks match and my shoes are tied. The mama dresses me funny blues, if you know what I mean. Can someone give me a drink? That's not part of the poem, I'm serious. It's over and I'm bored. Everybody's got the blues. Oh, yeah. Picture bomb? Anybody want a picture bomb?
Yes.
I take pictures and I write. So I don't actually take pictures. These are pictures from other people. I've taken pictures. I've requested pictures, actually. I will take one out, and I will think. In the days of the summertime war, crouched down in the tall grass, mud smeared across our faces, we imagined blood in our teeth and rain in our eyes, holding our rifles built of clothespins and rubber bands. We had earned the holes in our jeans, playing at the black and white war like our heroes on TV. Bottle cap ammunition breaking skin, casualties measured in tetanus shots. In the time before the drive-bys, we were soldiers fighting for an empty piece of land. And you can't see it, but it's tires in an abandoned field. Okay. Moving on. I'm not going to stop. I don't title things a lot. So that poem was a poem, and this one's a different one. This is Dying to Live, Reincarnation Blues. It's very old. I'm dying all the time. Waking up, breathing, taking in everything the universe has to offer, living each moment like a snowflake, experiencing every second of my tumbling and melting on the ground. New life as a drop of water, evaporation, new life as fog, returning to the clouds, dying all the time, collecting memories and lifetimes by the billion as I pass from one life to the next, never seeing God, Goddess, Creator, Sun, Moon. This is the nature of things. Matter cannot be created or destroyed, only changed. Change, waking up, sleep to awake. Breathing oxygen to CO2 in and out 100 lifetimes just by changing my mind. Universes of possibilities created and destroyed, dying all the time and living to tell the tale. Life to death to life to death to life to death to change to live in between heartbeats, in moments knowing it will end. They say you have but one life, don't waste it. I have 1,000 a day. I probably waste them all. Such is the nature of change, dying all the time, but choosing life. Some of these things are so... Anybody want to hear my form poem?
Yes.
I want to hear it.
Yeah. This is called Jamaica. It is about people harassing me in the caller ID saying that the phone call is from Kingston, Jamaica, and that I've won millions of dollars. All I did was answer the telephone. He's calling because I won a cash prize of $3.5 million. The man on the phone sounds like he's from Jamaica. He says I filled out a form in a Walmart or a Kmart or somewhere ending in Mart. I barely understand through the thick accent and the songs on his radio. He's talking about percentages of shipping and avoiding taxes, and everything is free. He says if I send him $199, the prize is tax-free. I just have to give him the secret password the next time he calls on the telephone. Maybe the connection will be better. It's like being in between stations on the radio. Why do these guys want to give me a Mercedes and $6.5 million? And I try not to shop in any stores that end in Mart. And if his office is in Vegas, why does the caller ID say Jamaica? Why are all these calls coming from Jamaica? This is the third one today. Someone wants to give me cash for free. It's easy. All you have to do is use your credit card at a store that ends in Mart. An oddly accented man will call you on the telephone. They'll offer you millions and millions of dollars. It's easier than all those contests on the radio. Now, I've heard them talking on National Public Radio about the strange sweepstakes callers from Jamaica offering cars and cash adding up to millions of dollars, how the president has declared it tax-free. They claim that they've randomly chosen you by telephone because you filled out this form in a store ending in the word Mart. You remember protesting the building of a store ending with the word Mart. Hell, they even interviewed you on the radio. They talked to the reporters on a telephone. And so how did your name get in the hands of these guys from Jamaica? I'm suspicious, because nothing in this life comes for free, especially cars and trips and millions of dollars. Every time they call, there is a change in the amount of dollars. They assume that everyone shops at the stores that end in March. Nothing is ever offered to you for free. I want these creeps exposed. I talk like Edward R. Murrow on the radio, taunting these predators who are always calling from Jamaica, trying to get them to slip up on the telephone. They tell me how it's all tax-free, this award of millions of dollars. They call me on the telephone. Maybe they work for those stores ending in March, but I hear it all on the radio, and Vegas is nowhere near Jamaica. I'm trying not to be depressing. And I'm trying to fit stuff into, is this whole thing here? Okay. This is called The Universe Pushes Back. Mythologically speaking, the elephants support the pillars. The pillars hold the bowl holds the water that contains the island. This is the world, all resting on the back of an enormous turtle without a name. I am aware of these things. This morning I woke up from a dream. I was talking to a turtle without a name. He slowly tilted his great head in an attempt to warn me about the consequences of karma, and a flaming rock cracked open his skull and the butterflies of chaos appeared. I hate these premonitions. My significance, cosmically speaking, is that of a mosquito among 7 billion other mosquitoes, each and every one carrying a loaded agenda. Speaking in circles, we have been warned. What we reap is what we sow. Garbage in, garbage out. What goes around comes around. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Cliche, cliche, cliche. My existence is that of a pebble tossed in a puddle. My bad deeds a minor disturbance in the force, joining with your transgressions and hers and his. Every tiny bite, every mosquito agenda. The great turtle flinches, the elephants stumble, the bowl shifts, water splashes over. The island spins and Nolans, excuse me, I had to pronounce that correctly, and Nolans is nearly destroyed. Mudslides overtake Brazil, tsunamis devastate Indonesia, earthquakes in Nevada, and we all shout, why? Never looking in the mirror, never thinking that it could be me, or you, or the stranger on the train. Waves and ripples of our collective karma, ripping and prodding at the turtle shell like a wild kid smacking a cosmic piñata. We're all gonna die. Judgment Day is coming, or has it already come? The ozone is depleting, the ice caps are melting because I flipped off the driver in front of me, because I cheated on my taxes, on my wife. Birds are falling from the sky. I forgot your birthday again. And it won't stop raining, and I'm sorry. The elephants support the pillars hold the bowl holds the water that contains the world. All resting on the back of an enormous turtle without a name. I am aware of these things, but often forget the turtle is standing on me. Wow. Can I be angry now?
Sure, absolutely, if you must.
This is an angry donut poem. I'm on display. A tortured thing, boiled in oil, center removed for commercial purposes, glazed and raised, frosted and sprinkled, painted with a happy clown face. You see, there's a hole in the middle of everything. Goddamn hole in the middle, like a phantom limb, and you don't miss it until it's gone. Ripped out and deep fried, sold separately in a box with a couple dozen other middles. And I kept my conscience in there. I kept my common sense in there. This was not an appendix. This is not a useless thing that collected the unwanted, became inflamed, and had to be removed. I no longer have gut feelings. I no longer have guts. Can't work up a proper anger, sadness, empathy. Hole in the middle where the cardiovascular did its cardiovasculating. I am a frosted tin man without an Oz. An object under hot lights, waiting until someone finds me delicious enough to buy. Picture poem. Sorting fantasies and phantoms from oil-slicked, water-colored sky, she dresses as a waif in a Parisian cafe, twirling, an Apache dancer in an Audrey Hepburn film. She knows when she opens eyes wide, it's just another airplane, a wasted wish from the hood of a Delta 88. But faith never fades. This is where she comes every time she hears over the rainbow. This is where she stands when she tries to drive away the ghosts of suicide with candy cigarettes and chocolate-covered razor blades. This is where her dreams go on Saturday nights in a small town out by the airport they never bothered to name. There's a picture. I have a couple copies of the picture poems with me tonight. If anybody wants a copy to take home, just talk to me, and I can arrange that for I'm giving stuff away because I do that. If it makes you feel any better, we can trade for it, but hey, with that. This is my last piece. I'm going to do one more piece. I know that all makes you sad. But if Esteban were here, we'd be making fun of Peter Gabriel right now. But, to Mr. Geppetto, from Enchanted Forest Middle School, regarding enrollment. Dear Mr. Geppetto, under normal circumstances, we would be pleased to accept your son's application for mid-year entrance into our institution of learning. Unfortunately, it has come to our attention that your son is, in fact, not a real boy at all. In our experience, dealing with boys of a magical nature is a difficult task. The student is either hard to educate or is a disruption to the rest of the student body. A case of a boy from Neverland comes to mind. He was very immature and we had trouble placing him properly. Sadly, letting in beings of a mystical nature sets a bad precedent that could endanger the rest of the student body, or in some cases, the magical student themselves. You may recall the young gingerbread boy that was nearly completely devoured by the rest of the student body. The wooden nature of your son's physicality could be a danger to the physical plant of the building. We are currently understaffed and have not the facilities to treat the exotic maladies your son may encounter. We do not wish to send your son home with termites or weevils, warping and water damage will also present the danger that the other children would not be affected by. Also, Pinocchio's transcripts are incomplete, and repeated absences due to turning into a donkey and being eaten by whales make him an untenable student for this institution. If by any chance the boy encounters a blue fairy and becomes real, or barring that, suddenly requires strings, we will have to deny his application. Sincerely, Oz, the Great and Powerful, Dean of Boys, Enchanted Forest Middle School. What, you want me to do one more to close out?
Yeah! Always! Come on, buddy.
You know, Bob, you're going to get your wish. Because the only other poem that I have is in my head. And why can't I get the poems back in the bag? There you go. Fine.
If they want to stay out, read it.
I will tell you the story and then we'll do the poem. You ever been sitting in a bar, cafe, wherever you're at, writing in your notebook, and it's in the middle of the day, and you came into this quiet bar, this quiet cafe specifically to write, and one other person walks in and decides that they share the same time and space with you, and they're allowed to sit down next to you and talk? And eventually they keep talking and talking and talking, and they ask, "So how are you doing?" And this is my prepared response. "I want to be a rock. Big old igneous line in the sun doing nothing all day rock. I'm sitting here listening to you whine about how much your job, relationship, insert whiny ass problem here, sucks. I want to be a stone deaf, so listening to you isn't even an afterthought, and my only worries are erosion and that kid that likes to throw me at cops and cars and old ladies. I really think I want to be a rock. Hanging around downtown, staring at all the brick buildings, thinking there before the grace of God go I, because they sold out to the man. I really think I want to be a rock. I want to be used in hopscotch and skipped across puddles. I want to be a rock because nobody expects anything of you but your innate rockness. Mountain to hill, hill to boulder, boulder to stone, stone to pebble, pebble to sand, sand to dust. I want to be a rock, mostly so I don't have to die." Thanks.
And then we have, you're all cool, everyone's groovy cool, and I'm just standing here like a buffoon. And the reason why I'm here is because I want to tell you guys about future features. Now, I would normally be telling you about 2 weeks from now, which happens to be the beginning of October, because from now on, everything's going to be from 7 till 9 again. And the first one's going to be a show with Lucia Blinn and Pam Miller. Sorry. I'm like, wow, sorry, it's like way cool on the 8th of October. But the thing is, I have to tell you about a bonus show the day beforehand.
What show?
A bonus show. We got us an extra show. An extra one. A bonus show on Tuesday.
A bonus show?
October 7th. I've got a bunch of like preschoolers here with me. What? On October 7th. And that show from 7 till 9 is a show from the Howman of South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, and he's going to be coming here with Yoke, who is from Belgium, who's super awesome, cool. But they're doing a show here as a bonus performance. Think of it as a Chicago Calling live impromptu thing, because they're doing a show and they are begging anybody to come up on stage and join them.
Oh.
And I know I've got one thing scheduled. I'm going to start with something with a tiny poem and go off on a rant. And that doesn't mean bring a poem and read it and you're done. But that's just to go to talk about feelings and ideas and what's going on and setting it to music, because it's really awesome. Because anybody who knows Francois Leroux, the Hot Man of South Africa, any of his shows are always insanely awesome. So I'm telling you guys, 2 weeks from now is a busy time, because we've got it on the 7th with the Hot Man, and then 2 weeks from now from 7 till 9, Lucia Blinn and Pam Miller. Hey, at the end of October 22nd, from 7 till 9, we happen to have two features. One of them happens to be GPA, the Poetic and Sub, and the other one happens to be the man that was number 4 on this list, and that was Charlie Newman himself.
So the freebie's going to be, the extra show's going to be when again, please?
Tuesday, October 7th,
Okay.
from 7 till 9. And then come here the next day, Wednesday, October 8th, from 7 till 9 for Lucia Blinn and Pam Miller for features.
That's going to be very cool.
Yes! I love how these people have paired up. It's awesome. And then we have later, as I had said, on the 22nd, GPA and Charlie Newman. And then I could go on for, do you guys want to hear about Deborah Rosa and Dan Warburg on November 5th? Oh, Cotton Campbell is, if you want to know anything about the rest of the year, because we've got so much stuff going on, you can always check it out at www.chaoticarts.org/thecafe. Because people have asked for this done, and because we're going to be going to singer-songwriter night, we were going to end the night by doing the performance that we did on Beast Woman Rising. So, some of you might know the song, some of you might know the poem, I don't know. But this is a perfect way to end the evening, and thank you all so very much. I hope to see you in 13 days as well as 14 days. This is a Beast Woman performance.
That's going to be fun.
I don't know where this road is taking me anymore, and I don't know the right lines to say. I don't feel the things that you're feeling down deep inside of you, but I know this ain't the way. Because nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing changes, nothing stays the same. So you go your way and I go mine. Maybe one day we will find what we need in life. Oh, what we need in life. From your cigarette fall to the ground, and I think this fire will die down. I think I now see what is happening in between us, and I have to say goodbye, because nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing changes, nothing stays the same. So you go your way and I go mine. Maybe one day we will find what we need in life. What we need in life. And our life is one big road trip now, and we set the cruise control and make our way down the expressway. And most of the time we're moving in a straight line, and the scenery blurs. There's nothing to see. But I know what's inside of you, and I know what you're made of. There's no such thing as a calm with you. You are a fantastic car crash. You stop traffic in both directions while the gapers gawk and the delay grows as everyone slows down to stare. It's a spectacular explosion. I try to duck and cover as metal flies through the air. And every time you leave the scene of the accident, I'm left picking up the shards of glass from the windows. You know, the glass breaks into just tiny little pieces. They look like ice. It takes so long to pick up the pieces, and even though I'm careful, I'm still picking up the pieces. And I'm still on my knees. Well, the blood from my hands drips down to the street. Think of it as my contribution to this fantastic car crash that is you and me and us. As I wipe the blood from my hands and wave my hand to the line of traffic. Go on. Keep driving. This happens all the time. There's nothing to see here. I can't stay bitter and lonely and restless anymore. And I can't stay with you. I see the red in your eyes and it scares me half to death. And I'll take this road alone. Because nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing changes, nothing stays the same. So you go your way and I go mine. Maybe one day we will find what we need in life.
We're going to be Tom and I are going to be the next ones. Are you going to be?
What we need in life.
Okay, so that'll be probably. Okay, very good. Yeah, because.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to seeing you not 2 weeks from now, but 13 days from now for the Highland of South Africa, and then 2 weeks from now. And thank you